They didn't believe him, but the evidence belonged to the future. The ninth chamber presents The Soldier Who Came Back. What if a soldier walked into our world carrying information that didn't belong to his time? What if he described events before they happened, named technology that didn't yet exist, and claimed that the world he came from was decades ahead of ours? Would you believe him? Or would you assume he was lying? There is a story about a soldier who claimed exactly that. A man who supposedly came from the future. And if even part of the story is true, the implications are extraordinary. The story has circulated for years in different forms. The details change depending on who tells it, but the basic account remains remarkably similar. A soldier appears. He claims to have knowledge of events that have not yet happened. He says he isn't from another country. He says he isn't from another military organization. He claims he is from another time. According to the legend, his story attracts the attention of people who have every reason to investigate him. Because if he's telling the truth, he isn't simply a strange soldier. He's evidence that something thought impossible may actually be possible. But immediately, there is a problem. There is no universally accepted identity for this mysterious soldier. Different versions of the story give different names, locations, and dates, and that matters. Because extraordinary stories require extraordinary evidence. A genuine time traveler would be one of the most important discoveries in human history. Yet there is no publicly verified military record proving that such a person existed. No authenticated photograph, no confirmed identity, no piece of technology that can be independently examined. And that leaves us with an uncomfortable question. Are we looking at a suppressed story, or simply a very convincing legend? This is where the story becomes even more fascinating. According to versions of the account, the soldier provided information about the future. Dates, political events, wars, technological developments, and changes to society. Some versions even claim he described technologies that seemed impossible at the time. But there is a major problem with stories like this. Predictions are incredibly easy to manipulate after the event. A vague statement can be made to sound remarkably accurate once we already know what happened. And predictions that fail are often forgotten. The ones that appear to come true are remembered. This is known as hindsight bias, and it can make an ordinary coincidence look like evidence of the impossible. But imagine for a moment that the soldier really did come from the future. Why would he come here? Was it an accident? Was he sent? Was he attempting to change history? Or was his mission to observe us? There is an even darker possibility. Perhaps he wasn't supposed to be here at all. If time travel were possible, the consequences could be enormous. Changing one event could alter everything that followed. A conversation, a warning, a single piece of technology. Even one person appearing in the wrong decade could potentially create a completely different future. And this is where the story enters darker territory. Some versions suggest that the soldier was taken into custody, that his story was investigated, and that records connected to him were classified. It's an irresistible explanation. If the authorities discovered genuine evidence of time travel, why would they tell the public? They might not. But there's a problem with this theory too. Classified documents do exist. Governments absolutely keep secrets. Military programs are routinely hidden from public view. But secrecy itself isn't proof of time travel. Without documents that can be authenticated, the cover-up remains a theory. There are much simpler explanations. The story could have started as a hoax. It could have been an exaggerated military rumor. A fictional story could have been repeated so many times that eventually people began treating it as fact. Or perhaps several unrelated stories became combined into one. Human beings are exceptionally good at creating patterns, especially when the mystery is more exciting than the truth. And that may be exactly what happened here. So was there really a soldier who came back from the future? There is no verified evidence that proves it. But that doesn't make the story uninteresting. Because every mystery tells us something. Sometimes it tells us what actually happened, and sometimes it tells us what we desperately want to believe could happen. Perhaps the soldier was a fraud. Perhaps he was misunderstood. Perhaps the story grew with every person who repeated it. Or perhaps somewhere inside the legend, there is a fragment of something we still don't understand. The future has always fascinated us, because somewhere beyond the present, there are answers we haven't discovered yet. But until those answers can be proven, they remain behind the door. And here at the ninth chamber, we don't tell you what's behind it. We ask you, would you open it?